Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope you are fine. Today, I'm gonna continue talking about the IELTS test. Okay? In the IELTS test, practice is very important. Okay, but you have to practice smarter, not harder. What do I mean by practice smarter? Many students delay the test preparation process because they dread the awful amounts of practice time they think necessary to succeed on the test. I will give you an effective method that will take you only a fraction of the time, okay, to succeed in the IELTS test. First, you have to find a good source for IELTS practice tests, okay? These must be official IELTS tests or they will be of little use, okay? You can go, for example, to www.takeielts.britishcouncil.org, okay? Here in this website you can find a lot of IELTS practice tests. Also, you can go to www.ielts.org, okay? Also, www.ieltsessentials.com, okay? Or IELTS-exam.net. Okay, many free websites, okay? You can find free official practice tests for the IELTS, okay? Number two, if you are willing to make a larger time investment, consider buying one of the better study guides on the market, okay? Again, don't use their practice test, just the study guide, okay? Don't go to the IELTS test without knowing the strategies and the techniques for solving each question, okay? You should get used, okay, to solving these questions, okay? The IELTS exam doesn't have to do with your power in English language, okay? If you are a professional in English language, this doesn't make any sense in the IELTS exam. You should know everything about the techniques and strategies in the IELTS exam, okay? Number three, take a practice test with no time limits. With all study helps, open book, okay? Try this. It's very useful strategy, okay? You can try to solve a practice test, okay, with no time limits, okay? You can spend for example 5 hours, okay? No problem, you can spend 5 hours in this test with all study helps open book, okay? Take your time with the questions and focus on applying the strategies, okay? Number four, take another test, but this time with time limits, okay? Define, for example, 1 hour or 2 hours to finish the test with all study helps open book, right? Number five, at the end, you should take a final practice test with no open material and time limits, okay? You should try to solve a test, okay, in the same test environment. I mean, sit down on a bench, on a desk, okay? And you have a watch, for example, or a clock on the wall, right? And you have a time limit, okay? And you have to finish your test on time, right? If you have time to take more practice tests, just do that, right? By gradually exposing yourself to the test environment, you will condition your mind to the stress of test day and maximize your success, right? It's very important in the IELTS test. You have to prepare well. Don't procrastinate. Right? If you take the IELTS 3 times, you will get 3 different scores. Yeah. This is an obvious fact. This is due to the way you feel on test day, the level of preparedness you have, and despite IELTS claims to the contrary, some tests will be easier for you than others, right? Since so much depends on your score, you should maximize your chances of success, right? In order to maximize your chances of success, you have got to prepare in advance. This means taking official practice tests and spending time learning the information and test-taking strategies you will need to succeed. You can always retake the test more than once. But remember, you have to remember something here, that you will have to wait a minimum of 3 months before retaking the test, okay? Don't get into a situation where you need a higher score and can't afford to wait. So don't take the IELTS as a practice test. Feel free to take sample tests on your own, but when you go to take the IELTS, be prepared, be focused, okay, and do your best the first time, right? Thank you very much. This is what I wanted to talk about, right? In the next video, I will talk about the listening module and what are the strategies that you have to know in order to succeed in the listening part of the IELTS exam. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.